my vision had been the same as my reality, there would have been no trip to take. There would have been nothing, no growth to occur. I would have simply kept on doing what I had been doing, and I would have kept on getting what I had been getting. But I chose to take the advice of Dr. David Biscott. Dr. Biscott said, if you cannot risk, you cannot grow. If you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. If you cannot become your best, you cannot be happy. And if you cannot be happy, what else matters? I knew that this had better be good. Few people in Cleveland had heard me speak. As a lifelong resident of Cleveland and surrounding suburbs and cities, most of the people I knew had the potential to either be at Tri-C that evening, read about me in the newspaper the next day, or hear about it from friends and relatives. And you know how bad news travels. My entire and very new speaking career hinged on less than 300 seconds. 300 seconds of comments to an audience of graduates, guests, educational and community leaders expected to number 6,000. 300 seconds of comments to students, parents, and other relatives and friends who just wanted to get it over with. No one goes to a graduation to hear the alumni speaker, so they didn't want to hear it anyway. 300 seconds I had of just words following the student speaker, Tyrone Morgan, a summa cum laude graduate, not just in the top 10% of the class, not just the top 5, not even just the top 1. First in a class of 2,053 students, and I had to talk behind him. I had to speak 300 seconds in front of Mary Rose Ocar, who then was a very popular Democratic representative from that area. Failure was not an option that day. Not doing it was not an option. In the words of Les Brown, my heart said, leap, and the net will appear. My mind said, don't leap blindly, prepare for landing, and wear a parachute. So I did all of the above. I knew that the speech had to be meaningful, memorable, powerful, and unique. As I began to formulate ideas, I realized that if I satisfied the person who hired me, I only had 5,999 more people to go. I am described as very methodical. I take one step at a time. I realized that everyone who'd be at Public Hall that day, that night, needed to feel good about themselves if my speech was to be appreciated. My minimum daily requirement for that speech was to set Public Hall on fire. Simply put, I knew that I had to be different, I had to be fast. The speech I prepared was different enough that I wouldn't even share the contents with my wife. Prior to that time, I used to share the contents of my speeches. I could not afford to have her talk me out of what I was going to prepare. I didn't want her to protect me this time. I wanted it to be memorable. It had to be memorable. It had to be me. So what did I tell the Tri-C audience? Well, as I began with the safe and conventional. I bid them good evening. I said, it is a great honor to be with you tonight. It is an honor because I'm among students who are realizing their hopes of a brighter tomorrow. It is an honor because I'm among parents who have sacrificed so that their children can seek and attain goals higher than anyone ever imagined. It is an honor because I'm among husbands and wives, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, who have absorbed extra duties, critiqued assignments, and other ways assisted the graduating students. It is an honor because everyone in this auditorium shares in some way the dreams of everyone else. When I was asked about speaking before you, I was told that the challenge was to get you excited about your future, to get you from 0 to 60 in less than 5 minutes. Then I discarded the safety net of conformity. I said what most others would not have dared to say. I said the fastest way I know to get to the airport to travel is by jet aircraft. So I decided to visit the airport. I looked out, I think I saw my wife do like this. I said when I arrived, there was a conversation beginning between a Tri-C graduate and the control tower. We all know that the control tower is that higher power in our life.